Take a nap, sipping on my cup, slide in the traffic, riding in traffic, waiting on the traffic.
What's that word, YouTube? It's Fairface DLace, and I'm back with another reaction video, man. We here with a crazy video. This is basically a gender reveal gone wrong, bro. It's gonna be a gender reveal, and then Buddy's gonna do what he does at the end, bro. I can't say too much because it's YouTube, but y'all see the title. Y'all know what we getting into, man. Make sure y'all leave likes, leave comments, hit the subscribe button if y'all like these type of videos, man. And let's get into it, man. These be some crazy, man. What's going on in the world, bro? I ain't gonna lie, bro.
She was only 33, a single mother of 4 and pregnant with her 5th. She was a woman full of plans. She had already named her baby. She was looking forward to baby clothes, car seats, and the soft cries of a newborn in the night. Instead, her family got a knock on the door, the kind of knock that freezes time. It was late, around 11:30 p.m., when a single 911 call came in. A car, still running, headlights on, doors wide open. A woman is inside. No movement, no sound. When officers arrived at the corner of Airport Road and Carver's Creek, they didn't know what to expect. They approached slowly, guns drawn. Then they saw her, slumped over, bleeding, lifeless, and she was still wearing her seatbelt. Her car was filled with baby items, pink onesies, diapers still in bags. The back seat told a story of someone preparing for something beautiful. Instead, they found horror. She had been shot several times. No one heard her scream. No one saw it happen. The street was quiet, like nothing had ever happened there. But her blood was still fresh on the ground. Who would shoot a pregnant woman inside her car? Why would anyone want to kill Bolivia? And where was the baby's father? Police started asking questions fast. Friends, family, neighbors. Someone had to know something. But answers were slow. Whispers floated around Riegelwood, a small town where everyone knows everyone. Then came the name, Najee Devin Leach. He wasn't just a stranger. He was someone Bolivia knew well. Someone who had once shared her world. Someone she had loved. And that changed everything. Her family said she was scared days before her death. They said she told them she wanted to leave him, that she felt unsafe. But no one imagined it would end like this. One minute she was alive, texting her sister, picking up groceries, talking about her baby shower. The next minute, gone. And when police tracked Leach down, what they found with him added new layers to the story. Bolivia's keys, her stolen car, a weapon. Was it a planned attack? Was it jealousy? Anger? A moment of rage? Or was there more to this story than anyone first believed? As investigators dug deeper, new pieces of Bolivia's life began to surface. Her past relationships, her hopes, her fears, a trail of warning signs too painful to ignore. This wasn't just a random shooting. This was personal.
This the trench love right here. Trenches for sure. Trenches. Bro, pants. You got the tongues hanging out. You got the pants behind the tongue. Black one. Yeah, this trench love right here.
And the deeper you go, the harder it is to understand how it ever got this far.
Wow.
Because she should still be alive. Her baby should be here. And the man who sits behind bars today still hasn't been convicted. This is just the beginning. Wait, let's stop right here. Bolivia Monique Williams was 33 years old. She lived in Whiteville, North Carolina, not far from where she was born and raised. Her life was simple, but full of love. She wasn't famous. She didn't have a huge following online. But to the people who knew her, her family, her friends, her neighbors, Bolivia was everything. She was known for her soft heart and the way she listened when others spoke. She didn't just smile, she made you feel seen. Her friends described her as sweet, real, and someone who never judged anyone.
I ain't gonna lie, this is terrible. Whoever making these AI videos, bro, choose a new voice. I know this is AI, use a new voice, gang. This voice is terrible. This voice make you want to go to sleep, bro. This crazy voice,
about
bro.
Her. A calming presence. People trusted her. They leaned on her. At home, Bolivia was the glue that held things together. She was a proud mother. Her children were her world. When she found out she was pregnant again, she was filled with joy. 8 months in, and she had already picked out a name for the baby. She had plans, baby showers, nursery colors, and long nights holding her newborn close. She was ready. This baby wasn't just a surprise, it was a blessing. She kept telling her family how excited she was to meet her child. She posted updates. She bought clothes. She picked out bottles. Bolivia wasn't just preparing for birth. She was preparing for a new chapter. A future with more laughter, more life. Her friends say she talked about moving forward. She wanted to raise her baby in peace. She had gone through a lot, but she never let it change her heart. Instead, she became even more protective. She started to keep her circle smaller. She was careful about who she let in. And even when she was tired, even when she had worries, she still found time to check on others. In her community, Bolivia was more than just a familiar face. She had a quiet kind of impact. She'd help people without ever asking for credit. A ride here, a meal there, a word of encouragement. She wasn't loud, but her kindness carried weight. You could feel it. Her mother, heartbroken after the loss, said Bolivia was the kind of daughter who made a mother proud. Strong, thoughtful, protective. She always called. She always showed up. She always made sure her kids were okay. At church, she kept to herself, but people noticed her. She didn't speak much during services, but she was always present. When someone needed prayer, she'd join in. If someone lost a loved one, she brought flowers.
Hey, bro, they make her like Superwoman. Dang, what? She had no flaws. She was the perfect person bro. Shame to whoever did. If it really is a baby daddy, man, that's crazy, bro. Bro, whoever did this, they built up the story very well. Like, bro, this was somebody who did not deserve this at all.
Perfect,
you feel me?
But she was good. And now, the people who loved her are left with memories, pictures, and questions that still have no answers. She didn't deserve what happened to her. And the hardest part? Her baby never had a chance to live. That pain stretches across her entire family, reaching deep into a community that still hasn't healed. They want answers. They want justice. But most of all, they want people to remember who Bolivia really was. It was June 4th, 2024, a quiet Tuesday night in Riegelwood, North Carolina. Most families in the area were getting ready for bed. Streetlights lit up small front yards. In the distance, frogs chirped and porch lights flickered. It felt like just another peaceful night in a small town. But at 10:33 p.m., that peace was shattered. A 911 call came in, gunshots. Several. Fast. Then silence. Deputies from the Bladen County Sheriff's Office rushed to the 100 block of Dixon Road. It's a narrow stretch, mostly houses, some spaced out. Not a place where something like this usually happens. When officers arrived, they found Bolivia lying in a yard. She wasn't moving. She had been shot multiple times. There was no chance to save her. Emergency responders did what they could, but by the time they reached her...
And if it's really him, it's pissing me off looking at him in all these pictures, bro. Because now I'm starting to notice some little... like, let it be him, bro. Let it...
Bolivia was pronounced
let it be
dead at the
him.
scene. She was 33 years old, and she was carrying a child, about 39 weeks pregnant.
Because he's pissing me off in these pictures.
A baby
I'm
who
going
could
to
have
keep it
made
a
it
buck.
with help.
He's
But no
pissing
one
me
had a
off.
chance. Whoever pulled that trigger didn't just kill a woman. They ended 2 lives in seconds. Neighbors stood outside in shock. Some had heard the shots. Others had seen flashing lights and came out to watch from a distance. No one could believe what they were seeing. A young woman, lifeless, 8 months pregnant on the ground. No suspects in sight. That part of town isn't used to crime scenes. It's a place where people wave at each other, where folks know who lives 2 doors down. But now, the yard was covered in police tape. Markers were placed on the ground. Officers searched the area, flashlights in hand, looking for casings, looking for answers.
Y'all making me uncomfortable. Skip this.
Here, whoever did this didn't hesitate.
The
It
heck?
was fast, brutal, direct. There were no signs of a robbery. Nothing was stolen. This wasn't random. It looked personal. Deputies started knocking on doors, asking questions, writing notes. But even then, they knew this case wouldn't be simple. Bolivia hadn't been walking down a street alone. She was in a neighborhood. Someone must have seen something. Someone must have known something. But that night, no one came forward with a clear answer. The person who killed Bolivia didn't just take her life. They left behind silence, fear, and 100 unanswered questions. And somewhere in that town, they were still walking free. Now think about this. How does someone get shot multiple times in a neighborhood and no one sees who did it? No screams. No names called out. Just the sound of bullets, and then silence. Is it fear that's keeping people quiet? Please share your thoughts below. As the investigation started, one name quickly rose to the surface: Najee Devin Leach. Witnesses on Dixon Road that night said they saw him leave the scene. Bolivia's boyfriend. He was 31 years old, a man who had been close to Bolivia for some time. But now, he was being called the suspect. He didn't just run. He fled, disappearing into the night, leaving everything behind. His actions told investigators all they needed to know. This wasn't an accident. He wasn't confused. This was intentional. A manhunt quickly began. Local police and law enforcement agencies across the state issued an alert. Leach was considered armed and dangerous. They knew he could be anywhere. He could be in the woods, on a highway, hiding in someone's house. No one knew where he had gone, but they knew he wasn't coming back. Leach had one thing going for him, though: his ability to blend in. He wasn't trying to hide in a way that drew attention. Instead, he took steps to change his appearance. He cut off his dreadlocks, making it harder for people to recognize him. But it was clear, this man was on the run, and authorities had to move fast. Leach wasn't just hiding from the law. He was hiding.
He cut off his dreadlocks, but kept his beard. Criminals don't be that smart, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
Because, in a way, this whole situation didn't just involve a murder.
Like, he pissing me off now. I'm on that, bro. Look at, bro. Just look at this, bro. The height difference says it all, bro. If you taller than your man, bro, I want you to know there's a good chance he might do something like this to you. He might feel inferior just off your height. Date somebody that's either your height or taller. Women. Don't date no little man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Because he gonna always... It's stuff like this. It's stuff like this. As guys, we don't want to feel inferior to our women. Off rip, he feels inferior. Off rip, in the picture, he like, dang. Look how he got his head resting on your shoulder.
All the relationship, a history, a deep personal connection that was now unraveling. The search for Leach continued. Deputies and FBI agents believed he was driving a gold 2006 Subaru Forester. It was Bolivia's car, and they knew it would only be a matter of time before someone saw it, or someone made a mistake. But it wasn't just the car that made him stand out. Just hours after Bolivia was killed, Leach's social media activity told a story of its own. He posted a cryptic message on Facebook. It said, "You pose to love me, but gone thug me." It was a short message, but it left so much unanswered. What did it mean? Was he talking about Bolivia? Was this some twisted confession? Or was it just a sign of a man trying to justify his actions? One thing was clear: Leach was in trouble, and he knew it. But the question still remained. Why? Why did he flee? What was the true reason behind the violence? What happened in their relationship to lead to this moment? With every second that passed, the mystery deepened. The search for Najee Devin Leach was no longer just about finding a suspect. It was about uncovering the hidden story that lay behind Bolivia's death. Imagine posting a message online just hours after your girlfriend's death. But that message doesn't explain anything. Instead, it leaves more questions than answers. What does that cryptic post really mean? The search for Najee Leach didn't last long. Just
I bet it did. Shooting. I literally bet it did.
2024, around 4 p.m., the Bladen County Sheriff's Office made a breakthrough. They found him. Leach was arrested without incident. He had been hiding, trying to stay one step ahead of the law, but in the end, it didn't matter. Authorities had
trying to stay one step ahead for a day.
Relief to some in the community, but it didn't answer the biggest question of all: why? Leach was taken into custody and charged with a number of serious offenses. First, there was felony murder. The killing of Bolivia, a woman who was 39 weeks
pregnant. Look like Vic Mensa, bro.
Her unborn child was also a victim.
On the shy, literally, from the shy.
He was also charged with felony murder
that
of
Vic Mensa.
But the charges didn't stop there. Leach faced additional charges. Felony discharging a weapon into occupied property, because the shooting took place in a residential area close to other homes. Felony robbery with a dangerous weapon. The investigation suggested a robbery had occurred during the incident. Felony larceny of a motor vehicle. Leach had been in possession of the car that Bolivia had driven earlier. Authorities believed he had taken it after the shooting. The day after his arrest, on June 6, 2024, Leach made his first court appearance. There, the judge denied him bond. He was transferred to Bladen County Detention Center, where he remained in custody, facing the charges against him. But while the arrest marked a key moment in the investigation, it didn't bring closure. It didn't explain the pain or the loss. And it certainly didn't answer the biggest questions hanging in the air. What really happened between Leach and Bolivia? What led to that violent night? As Leach sat in jail, the world outside kept turning. But for Bolivia's family, friends, and the community, nothing would ever be the same. As the legal proceedings began to unfold, something else was happening in the community of Whiteville, North Carolina. The pain of Bolivia's death rippled through the town, touching everyone who had known her. It wasn't just a loss for her family. It was a loss for everyone who had been touched by her kindness, her warmth, and her love. In the days that followed, people gathered to remember her. Vigils were held in her memory, with dozens of candles lighting up the night sky. These were not just candles. They were symbols of the light she had brought into the lives of so many. On her memorial page, over 800 candles were lit, each one representing a life she had impacted. It was a small comfort to her grieving family. but it spoke volumes about how loved Bolivia was, and how deeply her passing had affected the entire community. Her family spoke out, sharing their memories of her, memories of laughter, of shared moments, of a woman who was about to become a mother again. They spoke of the joy she had brought into their lives, and how her absence left a gaping hole. The emotional toll was heavy, not only on her loved ones, but on everyone who had witnessed her struggle, her love for her children, and her dreams for the future. Friends and family members shared stories of Bolivia's spirit, her gentle nature, and the way she always put others first. But there was more. In the wake of this tragedy, Bolivia's memory became a rallying cry for those who wanted to see change. Advocacy groups, fueled by the pain of losing a loved one to violence, began to rise. Campaigns were started in her honor, calling for justice and for tragedies noticed or ignored. Bolivia's death forced the community to confront. In the legal world, cases involving the death of an violence. We often hear of this problem.
Yeah, bro. They just saying a whole bunch of stuff that we probably don't even need to know. R.I.P. Olivia. I'm sorry this even happened, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Make sure y'all leave like and subscribe button if you new. And YouTube told me that y'all would like the videos that's popping up, so make sure y'all tap into those as well. And we'll be back with another video. So just, you know what I'm saying, stay on the channel, tap in.
I'm a fault with